What up? What up? It's your boy Marco from Upside Down Studios. It is What the Fuck Wednesday. We got a lot of fuck shit going on in the news. Basically, a lot of it happening within the past few hours. I'm just letting everybody know we're gonna discuss this a little more in depth. But our show is probably gonna be one of the shows that are gonna have issues in the near future, according to the Supreme Court ruling that just got passed down. Also, we're going to touch a little bit on, since we might get hit anyway, so we're going to just go all balls in on it. The whole global warming hoax. We did a show not too long ago, actually it was a couple years ago, about how Brazil had a strike and it cleared up their ozone or their atmosphere for a minute and it was burning shit the fuck up. Well, we got a little proof from some real scientists on this whole global warming horse shit, and this is from the Washington Post. We're gonna hit on that. We're gonna hit on the recriminalization of drugs in Oregon. The big experiment failed, and also squatters and whatever the fuck else that we could just comes to mind. So without further ado, we bring our foreign correspondent from the tundra of Canada, wasting away like he's been smoking meth, but he doesn't. He doesn't. He still has this pretty smile. Dino, the genetic motherfucking marvel.
You know what? Thank you.
Smile for him. Show them pretty whites. Make sure they no meth there. There's no meth there.
So I've actually I've never had a cavity in my life, and it's weird. So my dad as well. Same. We both have two way too big front teeth. So I was wondering, big teeth.
The gaps don't mean shit as long as they're there.
Listen, that's
not there from a tooth missing, then you're good.
No. So the only thing I had taken out was I only got 3 wisdom teeth. So my dentist was like, "We'll just take them out." Because one of them was scraping my jaw. So
it had to be the size of one of the bricks they used in the pyramid.
Bro, so it was like an inch long.
How did it take to get that tooth out of your fucking mouth?
So surprisingly, it was so fast because all he did was he cut like he fucking needled me with fucking numbing agent, and then he cut like a groove in it, and then he used like fucking a chisel and like just popped it out, bro. And I'm like, dude. Bro, it was like I have a massive head, right? Like, but it's all fucking face. Like I have very little back here. Like unlike those robots you see where they're all face and then like a little bit of robot and then that's it. That's it, right? I'm not big headed. I'm large faced.
You're large faced.
I'm large faced.
Yeah, I just had 2 of mine pulled out in the back, and no, mine didn't go that easy at all. First, I got hit like I was a fucking dope head with all kind of needles everywhere. And even when I told him I did not, I was like, I could take the pain. No, we're gonna make sure you. I'm glad because I seen all the shit that they done shoved in my mouth. Yeah. I was a robot whore for a quick minute, and he was just, and it was old school. He had a fucking hammer and he smacked.
Oh, Jesus, bro!
And I'm just looking at him. I'm like, that hammer better not snip because that's gonna smack me right in the fucking eye,
bro. Right in the fucking head.
Oh, dude.
I understand. Hold on. If he had to hit it that hard to get it out, why the fuck are you pulling the tooth?
Well,
it's in there.
There was actually 2 of them, and I cracked the tooth in between. I don't know if the only thing I could even think of is maybe like my tongue ring when I was sleeping. I might have bit down on it, and it cracked a chunk out of each side of each tooth, and it proceeded to just wear and just decay away.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. And then they were like, "Well, we have to do this like this so we can make sure none of it breaks off inside there." Bitch, you just hit it with a sledgehammer. What the fuck are you?
Weird. I don't know.
Yeah, and I still feel like don't know, like I got a chaw of tobacco in my lip.
This is the thing too, though, is like when you look at like ancient skulls, they had their fucking teeth, bro.
Either they didn't have teeth at all, or they had their teeth. There was some of them, like the Viking ones, a few of them were knocked out.
But people had knocked out teeth, but people had their teeth.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why I'm like, now you see people, I'm like, bro, there's a lot of things that we fucked ourselves on. Diabetes is purely because of fructose. It's massive amounts of sugar that we've been consuming. The body is not meant to do that. Then you have like, bro, actually, I want to ask you, did you ever meet anyone who ate lead paint?
You're probably speaking to him. And with that being said, we got Greg in the house because we know Greg done ate some lead paint in his life.
What up, Greg?
You see, you notice the bald spot that's real noticeable right here on both of us? That's lead paint right there.
Okay, I didn't eat no.
You were exposed to it too.
I didn't eat lead paint there, bro. But I did. So this is the thing: is like the whole thing about lead paint is one of the other weird conspiracy theories that I agree with, because we're going to be talking about the other one that I believe in, which is global warming. Now, people were saying how like the reason that people were like, oh, kids are eating lead paint, and I'm like, if kids are stupid enough to eat paint, I feel like that's a self-solving problem. No, that's not. Like, listen,
depends on how bad it is. See,
okay,
that's the problem. We got a lot of these things that are not that bad, but they're just bad enough to give you tardy kids. So
okay, but that's the thing is, if you have lead paint, Wi-Fi doesn't really work. Also, like heat imaging doesn't necessarily work. You can't really see inside through walls, and you're like,
wouldn't that also shield you from radiation from like maybe one of these so-called nukes that might hit?
I'm just saying it might shield you from like a lot of stuff that's out there. And I just find like it's one of those things where I'm like, that's very suspect, right? It's very odd. And speaking of odd,
it's bad for you, but they put mercury in damn near every fucking jab you get.
That doesn't make no sense either.
But if you look into history, like mercury was used all the way back to the Egyptians. Yeah. You know, I mean, from everything as a healing agent to UFOs.
Look, the anomaly that is mercury. Remember, there was a lady who had 2 drops of red mercury fall on the back of her hand. 2 drops, and she instantly wiped it away. Resulted in her brain and nervous system just essentially just blowing apart. You're going like, bro, there's the idea of liquid metal in and of itself has always been fascinating. Do you remember when Terminator 2 came out?
Yeah.
And everyone went, what the fuck is that liquid goddamn robot? Because everyone just about shit a chicken, right? Because you're like, I could fight a robot. And then it turned liquid, and you went, "I'll fucking die!" Fuck. God damn it! Right?
That's not the only. There's another shit I watched. There's this. What the fuck is it? Something Lab. They create like all the Marvel character like things. They're working on a lightsaber right now. They got damn near a plasma lightsaber that works.
You're talking about the guys. They're up in Ontario. They're in Canada.
It's a good possibility. They did the Iron Man suit. They did all kind of shit. Well, they created this. It was a Venom suit, pretty much. It's this Ferris something or other. It's black, and it'll crawl up your fucking arm like a symbiote, dude. And he covered himself in the shit. He looked like fucking Venom. It was wild.
I believe you're talking about Hacksmith Industries.
Yes.
Okay. Hacksmith Industries are wild, right? So they made real lightsabers.
Yeah,
they do have it.
They're still working on it. Like they're trying to get a lightsaber that's just a lightsaber. Right now they got the saber, but it has a cord and you got a battery pack, which they reduced down from their I remember their first one.
But like, hey, it's basically a giant plasma cutter, right?
Yeah.
Which you're like, we all thought this. So anyone who's been in a machine shop or understands industrial cutting goes, yeah, a lightsaber, giant plasma torch, but powered by magic. That's what the fuck it is.
Kyber crystals and metachlorians.
Also too. So I know I've told you guys, like, I grew up in a machine shop, but also, like, I know I'm a shitty machinist. There's no question. Like, my dad tried, and he was like, "No, here's numbers. That's what you're good at, right?" So I took a jewelry making class, and we ended up making a bunch of jewelry for this 1 week kind of class, my wife and I. And the one thing that people had so much problem with was a torch. And I'm like, bro, I was fucking gangster with that shit. I was boom, pop, boom. I'm like, and just what kind of heat do you want? How white do you want this motherfucker? And she's like, not white heat. And I'm like, all right, we're just gonna make it okay. And I'm like, and she's like, there's gas and oxygen. I'm like, you mean acetylene? Like, it's gas. And I'm like,
what kind of gas, bitch? There's argon, there's acetylene, there's propane. Do you know what the fuck you're talking about?
Bro,
is there butane in that motherfucker?
And 100%, I kept on hearing pop. These people are like, oh. And I'm like, go too fast on the gas? They're like, yeah, I turned it by accident too fast. Yeah, that happens. And then it just goes, bam, and makes a fucking sound. Yep. I'm like, yeah, bro. I'm like, finally, my childhood has started to pay off. And I'm like, okay, let's talk with machines, motherfucker. Yeah.
I want a golden Loki fucking crown. You got to make me a golden Loki crown.
I'll happily try. So, like, I was talking with Victoria about this too, is I'm getting a 3D printer and I'm going to start printing just whatever. I'm just whatever stuff. I'm just gonna start trying to sell stuff
here at the flea market. They're pretty cool. They have them dragons that, like, they look like they're moving the fuck around.
I remember these things from your childhood. You held it on one end. It was like, ooh,
yeah, those are the snakes. You held it by the tail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they got iridescent 3D dragons and shit.
Gay dragons. You said gay. You used a lot of words to just say gay dragons. Okay.
Well, pretty much everything. I mean, it is Pride Month.
You know what? No, it's mental health. It's Men's Mental Health Month. Thank you very much. Which also supports the gays, just to be very clear.
Okay. Well, yeah, because there's a lot of mental health issues there. So,
okay, I have a question. So I just saw Greg turn into a dragon with the amount of smoke that he just puffed out, and not a cough or anything. Okay.
Yeah, that's not.
This is just a regular vape.
Okay, so I've never tried a regular vape.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it all depends on, like, I got mine because I quit smoking cigarettes. I quit smoking back in December.
Good for you.
I was up to like almost 3 packs a day.
Yeah, so, too much, bro.
Yeah, it was really more time.
Fucking 1 pack a day. I'm glad I stayed at that shit.
Hey,
right.
Listen.
The problem was that every time I quit a couple times, and every time I quit and I go back, it was like I doubled the fuck up from what I was doing originally. So
yeah. So listen, you know what though, Marco? Not even 1 pack, like 10 a day. That's it. It's like a half a pack.
Yeah, no.
Because
I come from a long line of crack smokers. I think my weed and my cigarettes are good. I even quit doing coke because I was bored with it. You know, my weed and my cigarettes are good.
Hey, I stopped doing coke for the same reason. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm like, either this is gonna rule my life or
anything. It's just it got bad. People were dying, and I was bored. You know,
right? Like, which is terrifying, right? Can you imagine? Can you imagine somebody finding you like that? You're like, I don't want to put anyone through that. That's horrible. Right?
Yeah. And then sometimes I admit I didn't look ridiculous a few times. I mean, I remember one time I was coming from a show and we thought some shit popped off. So we rushed over to somebody's house to go kick in the door, make sure nobody was in there fucking with shit. And when I finally looked at myself in the mirror coming back, I had snot and fucking dope just all hanging on I looked like a crazy person. I mean, which would have been good for the intimidation, but for the public, that was not a good look.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna get arrested. That's like,
yeah.
No one's gonna believe that you're not the problem. Yeah.
I came here to help. No, you look like you were robbing them.
Yeah, you were stealing their stuff. That's
Yeah, the sad part is that I've seen Marco picked out from like 10 of us. Like, you see how I look and like how Jared looks and all that.
Yeah.
Like, there'd be something going on, and like it'd be some, somebody that shouldn't be doing it, somebody getting in trouble, and they would like watch straight up to fucking Marco and start bitching at Marco. Everybody's like, right.
Well, this is the thing is, so Marco doesn't give a shit. Right. Which I'm like, this is the problem is some people, okay, are so infuriated by that quality. Okay. I don't know why. Now, but also too, listen, he's also like small enough to fit in my pocket. So those two things combined, he is immediately a target. Like, look, I look like I don't give a shit, but also I have trained myself to always walk around with a smile. Everything's fine, no problem. Do I give a shit? And people are like, oh, do you mind if we do it? Go fuck yourself. Why don't talk to me? I don't. Who the fuck? This morning I went for a walk and a bunch of people said good morning, and I'm like, get the fuck out away from me, fucking weirdos talking to strangers.
Dino is an American at heart, people. I'm gonna just tell you that is a straight American quality.
Listen,
I blame Cole and I for that.
No, I like that's one thing that I'm like, it enrages me that I can't have a gun. Like my wife can't have a gun. She's a good shot. It's dangerous. It's not safe.
It sounds like it's
like
not a bad idea that you're not allowed to have a gun.
Or like a spear or a katana or like blow darts.
No, she's good at. She does. She used to be an archer. But she's really good. She's really good at targets. So like we went to the gun store in Las Vegas. And sure enough, she was like, "Can I go first?" I'm like, "Absolutely." And it was a fucking 9mm, just a regular fucking Glock. And her target was two guys, kind of one leaning down and they're both right pointing guns. She's like, "Okay," and they're like, "Okay, go." She goes, "Bang, bang." 2 shots, both right through the fucking head. And I'm like, we can't have guns. Nope.
I think that was her way of saying, yeah, we're in Vegas, but just remember, we're in Vegas.
Yeah, keep your wiener inside your pants. Yeah. But yeah, like the funny thing was, she complained afterwards. She's like, "Oh, the shotgun really hurt my chest," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm bruised too. Don't be a pussy." And she was like, "Oh,
yeah,
you got hurt too."
You rest your dick on your wife's shoulder doesn't mean that she can take the fucking brunt of a goddamn shotgun.
Listen, man, I'll tell you this much: is she's the last line, I'd have her have a shotgun. Also,
I look there's on your team. You always have it. I mean, if not for their brains, I've seen enough fucking ninja movies.
She's she's my sniper. That's immediately. But I'm like, I am literally. Did I tell you she bought me a bullet?
Dino Hidden Tiger.
Bro, she brought me a Kevlar hoodie.
Oh, sweet.
It's supposed to withstand up to like it's supposed to be stab proof, but they're like it should be okay against a 9mm.
I don't know.
I don't like should.
Yeah. Right?
Wait a minute. What should?
That's what I said. I'm like, yeah, but they're like,
should
it's definitely
close distance is no.
It's they said it's definitely meant to be stab proof. Right. It should be small arm proof as well. And I'm like, no.
See, we'll just I don't understand. I've seen a lot of those, and it's just like the cloth, the Kevlar cloth. Like I got a Kevlar, but it has the plates in it.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah. See, that's stab proof, and that's guaranteed to stop a 9mm.
Oh yeah, but I love. There's a fucking meme of guys in the forest, and they're like, it's a grow op, and FBI kind of walks out of the bush, and they're like, hey, what are you guys doing? And the guys at the grow up are like, are those level 4 plates? And he's like, nope, we're leaving. He's like, there you go. Don't like, that's the one thing I was talking with somebody else about was like, I would love to, because we have in my part of the house in the basement, there's a wood stove. So I'm like, I kind of want to see if I
Chick even grabs a gun. I'm burning this bitch down.
No. I'm thinking I might want to try and make it into like a kiln where I could make fucking
You're gonna make your own gun. They got
no, make my own plates because you can do it. It's ceramic, but it's at crazy high temperature.
I got good old fashioned. I think they're like 1/2 inch thick steel plates. It's heavy.
Those heavy as shit, though.
But,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
just like any other. I mean, it's like
It works, bro.
It only works if you're a stormtrooper. Because I mean, anybody who sees you have one of them, because it's not like they're not noticed. You tag them in the arm, you tag them in the fucking head, you tag them in the side, you tag them in the fucking legs.
It's not even that, bro. Listen, you shoot him in the shoulder or the knee and ruin his life. There you go.
Every time it rains, you're gonna think of me, bitch.
100%. You're like, yeah. Like I remember, I don't know why I keep on bringing up Terminator 2, but like, do you remember when he's like, you can't kill people? It's like, no problem. Security guard's like, hey, you guys can't come here. And you're like, holy shit, he just fucking kneecapped him. And you're just like, bro, like that is one of the most savage fucking things. Because you're like, you'll never, like, if you get shot in the knees, people, that's it. Walking is gonna be painful.
Side, dude, and he fucking can't walk no more. Well, he can walk, but I don't know if you want to call it walking.
It hurts, bro. I'm like, listen, your legs have a lot of meat, but everything is fucking important. So, and your knees, bro, you'll never walk without pain, just period. And the savagery of the Terminator, I'm like, man, he deserved to win. They deserve. We don't deserve life. The robots deserve it. Fucking bullshit.
They keep fucking with fucking Russia. We're gonna see what Skynet is about.
Do you think so? They already said that there are drones that are making decisions, for bombing and stuff. That's very scary.
That's the AI, dude.
Yeah.
And like I said, I mean, I did shows on this years and years and years ago when I found out that Russia already has. If something happens to Putin or the Kremlin, not even necessarily to Putin, if the Kremlin goes down, they have a last strike fucking, I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, for sure.
And they have a shit ton of battle ready nuclear subs, planes, jets. I mean, now we call them drones. Back then it was Skynet, and they all are aimed at whatever was the last thing that shot at us. Yeah. So listen, from wherever, and you can't stop. I mean, there's no pilots, there's no nothing. I mean, they're just it's
gonna happen. Well, this is the thing, is like you can set things up with a dead man switch where it's like if you don't check in every 24 hours, it's just gonna go off. And you're like, look, the Kremlin. See, this is the thing, is Russia has some wild fucking scientists, right? Like they make crazy shit.
Dude, they got that head, like before they have cryogenic freezing now in the US, but it was like, rudimentary compared to what the Russians had back. Like the Russians were doing that real Futurama shit. They cut your head off and freeze it, and they said, fuck it, in so many years we'll bring you back. And they got people buried in cryostasis. Like now, the US is just doing it within the past 5 years.
Well, that's the thing, is the US has relied so much on modern medicine that you're like, bro, old school fucking works, right? Like there's a reason that change for the sake of change has never been a solution. You need change for the sake of progress, right? Like it has to be filling new gaps, new areas. You can't just be like, well, we didn't like it, so we just made it different. Why?
I don't know. That's kind of working nowadays.
Well, listen, because of that, we have things like chocolate that are being consumed so much that we're running out of it. So we're backlogging it, and essentially there will come a point where there is no more chocolate.
Oh, that's gonna be a battle between Coca-Cola and the fucking chocolate companies and the cartels.
Coca-Cola tried to grow their own on American soil.
Nope, but they import the fuck out of it, dude. And it's like Fort Knox, the fucking main place where they bring all the coke leaves in, because pretty much they're bringing in cocaine. They're just liquefying it.
I mean, listen, hey, you got to remember the reason that Coke had to change its recipe wasn't because of the cocaine. It was because of the caffeine. That was the original problem, was it had too much caffeine, and that was dangerous for kids. No one said shit about the cocaine.
Cocaine was good. It was clean. That shit was clean.
Like, it was fucking clean though, bro. Like, that was top tier shit. That was medical grade. Listen, they still have medical grade cocaine. It's only for child burn victims. That's what they use it for. I'm not joking. That's a real thing.
No shit.
Medical grade cocaine is used for children who have suffered extreme.
So you got little Freddy Kruegers out there bopping the good shit,
like top shit, bro. They're like, I need me a new sweater. Get me some drugs.
Fuck the prime time, bitch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Basically.
On that note, I sent Greg and Dino, and this is from the Washington Post. Let me pull this up here. The headline to this, and we're gonna see. Check your internet, y'all.
Infuriating. Yeah, internet's working. Internet's working.
We've been accidentally cooling the planet, and it's about to stop. Now, wait a minute. Right there in that headline alone, we were supposed to be heating the planet. Remember the heating the planet, and the ice caps is going to melt, and then the water's going to rise, and that's going to result in global cooling and all that horse shit. And we're supposed to have a new ice age and all that shit there.
Every time they are like, oh, we're seeing record cooling. They're like, isn't that a good thing? Like, because we don't want global warming. And they're like, no, that's not how it works. It doesn't. No, just because it's summertime, it shouldn't be hot. You're like, no. That's summertime. It gets hot. That's how that works. That's the science.
The reason why it's getting hotter, and it's because me and a lot of other fucking people have been saying for years, and it's scientifically backed. The Earth shifts its magnetic pole every so many hundreds of years or thousands of years. That is why we have true north and why we have magnetic north. The Earth shifts, so that means our equator shifts. So what used to be cold now gets warmer, and what used to be warmer now gets colder. That is the way the planet fucking works.
It ultimately, when they all the charts that they use are for 100,000 years, and you're like, okay, so 100,000 years ago was it, which all intents and purposes are like, that is when mankind, like, quote unquote, mankind started, right? That's when we started doing shit. So like Neanderthals and stuff like that has existed for longer, but it's about 100,000 years before shit started going down. Okay. Where we started doing shit. So ultimately the whole idea that, like the temperature doesn't change. You're like, okay, look before that 100,000 years ago, and the temperature was way fucking hotter. Okay, this is the Earth is doing whatever the Earth is going to do, regardless,
right,
of their fucking.
And again, it's totally irresponsible to think that we don't have an impact on our environment. Don't be a dickhead and start tossing shit out into the fucking roads or nothing, you know. But
as far as doing.
As far as this whole bullshit that everybody keeps pushing on us about this green this and this green that, and how we're going. Well, wait a second before we start this. Well, see, they even canceled the fucking straight chicken, and they only showed the trans chicken. That's fucked up. So, this is coming from the Washington Post, and it says, It is widely accepted that humans have been heating up the planet for over a century by burning coal, oil, and gas. Earth is already warmed by almost 1.2 degrees Celsius, 2.2 degrees Fahrenheit, since the pre-industrial times, and the planet is poised to race past the hoped-for limit of 1.5 degrees Celsius of warming. But fewer people know that burning fossil fuels doesn't just cause global warming, it also causes global cooling. It is one of the great ironies of climate change that air pollution, which killed tens of millions, has also curbed some of the worst effects of the warming planet. First of all, I don't know about killed tens of millions of what? Like tens of millions of
calm
what?
down.
Yeah, that seems kind of, but this goes back to what we were saying a few years back when Brazil had this big strike. Nobody was going to work. The airplanes were stopped. The cars were stopped because nobody was pumping fuel. None of that. And within, what was it, less than 2 months, Greg? The fucking atmosphere started rebuilding that quickly. The whole, the ozone hole and all that shit, everything started breaking up. And shit got hot. It got hot and started burning up farms, burning up farmlands. They got a big ass drought. They actually had to put chemtrails in the fucking sky to fucking block that shit. So yeah, you know, the global warming is occurring, but anybody ever think that all this shit that we're doing, you know, we keep you know, it just says all the scientists say that we're due for this, and we're due for this catastrophe, and we haven't had this catastrophe yet, so it's due. Maybe we blocked it. Anybody ever think of that? Maybe that fucking diesel truck that's roaming down the goddamn highway is putting out a little bit of a force field? Just this little bit, its little part. You know, anybody ever think of that shit? Yeah, it might not be all good, but it's sure as fuck doing a lot more good than bad if you look at the shit that's supposed to be happening and hasn't yet.
Yeah. But there's, I think there's more to it because these people aren't even fucking playing. Like they're like, oh, it's ironic. I'm sorry. There's nothing ironic about that. You guys are clearly so full of shit. They're like, so technically the industrial age has provided a reason or a way for the earth to cool itself because it is there's pollution. Okay. And so look, the fact is, you know what we should be focused on? Oh, it's okay, people should stop throwing shit in the water.
Yeah.
That's something that's important. So the air, you know what? That's what we have trees for. That's sorted. It's fine, okay? Just don't put anything that destroys the atmosphere. No, it's listen, don't talk to me about like, oh, like look, we have the carbon tax now, and you're going, yeah, that's fucking retarded.
Well, for all the people who like to, you know, say that this is opinion or whatever, there's facts here. So tiny particles from the combustion of coal, oil, and gas can reflect sunlight and spur the formation of clouds, shading the planet from the sun's rays. Since the 1980s, those particles have offset between 40 and 80% of the warming caused by greenhouse gases.
Yeah.
So now we're just down to the 20% so-called global warming that's killing us in every 10 years for 10 years. So like now, once again, are the Asians right when they're not giving a fuck about just pump? You know, the Asians might actually be doing the earth good.
Listen, that's the problem with everything is that you're going, okay, you guys are saying, well, this is all bad for the environment. Okay, then shut it down. Oh, well, they don't want to shut it down. Okay, so what are you going to do about it? Well, nothing. Okay, so why are we shut down? Well, because we have to. Says who? They're not going to fucking do it. Why is all of our manufacturing gone? Everything's gone. There's no fucking industry left in the fucking America. Nothing left in it, bro. There's barely shit in Canada, and that's only because your dollar is worth more here. So
and that's bad because our dollar ain't worth more very much nowhere else anymore.
Well, that's bro. There's that.
So listen to this shit. And now society cleans up pollution. that cooling effect is waning. New regulations have cut the amount of sulfur aerosols from global shipping traffic across the oceans. China, fighting its own air pollution problem, has slashed sulfur pollution dramatically the last decade. The result is even warmer temperatures. So the more we try to help, the more we're fucking shit up. The result is even warmer temperatures, but exactly how much warmer is still under debate. The answer will have lasting impacts on humanity's ability to meet its climate goals. Now that's just, let's see. We are starting an area of deep uncertainty. So now everything that everybody's been saying that the global warming is uncertain and this is skeptical, this is all fucking theory and all this bullshit. Now they're saying, oh well, yeah, we're uncertain about this. So
how convenient for an election year. How very convenient. That's nice. That's what a bunch of cocksuckers. I mean,
It goes about, the rest of the article. If you want to read it, it's a Washington Post article. It's on Yahoo News. We're not going to go through all. We pretty much touched on all of it.
Listen, it's ridiculous.
Global warming horse shit is just that. Just be good to your environment. Don't fucking make everything nasty.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Reuse, refuse, and recycle. Those are good. Hey, listen, if you can reuse it. Be mindful of what you buy and what you throw out. Try not to create extra waste. And as best you can, try and be good.
So next topic, I mean, that went over pretty well. Maybe they're giving us a last show without being fucked.
There's always next week.
So I just happened to stumble across the local news channel for Oregon, and apparently by the end of summer, I guess they're gonna give them their summer to get party, but they are recriminalizing drugs. If anybody didn't know, Portland, Oregon was them idiots that said that, hey, fuck it, we're just gonna legalize everything. And it has went to shit.
Imagine that.
Okay, no. So I have all the details. What it was called was Measure 110. Okay. It was in 2020. Voters in Oregon overwhelmingly approved a ballot measure to decriminalize the possession of small amounts of hard drugs, including fentanyl, heroin, cocaine, methamphetamine. The initiative was accompanied by new investments in addiction treatment and support services. Oregon Governor Tina Kotek has signed a bill that will once again make it a crime to be caught with small amounts of illicit drugs in the state. House Bill 4002 effectively reverses Measure 110, which has received mixed feedback since it was approved by voters in 2020.
See, now I was wrong. When we first talked about this, I was wrong. Because I figured that the people, they said, well, people will leave or whatever. No, they aren't going to leave. They made their own prison there, that they would just stay there. They're hostages in their own home. I was wrong. See, now the reason I was wrong is they're not staying there. What they're doing is they're getting high there and they get bougie. So they went up to the good neighborhoods in Washington State where their squatter rules are worse than any that I've seen ever.
Yeah.
And they're just waiting for people in these $2-3 million homes and up to go on vacation and moving in. And because of their laws, the people can't have their house back. Not only can they not have their house back, they can't kick them out. One guy, some Korean dude, I guess he's famous on the internet. He actually, not only did he get a restraining order against the person who actually lawfully owns the home, but he got the county to pay the backlog of rent that was supposedly owed for him. So the taxpayers in that community paid for that, and he's still there. And they won't release. They even said that even if the police would do, it's just like California and their fucking law where you could just steal whatever the fuck, which is starting to get repealed.
Yeah.
They said the backlog is so big and it's such a non-crime that these people you can just take a house. So that shit where, I was flipping out where the little Mexican kid was telling people how to squat in New York. That ain't nothing. The white people got that shit down. Oh, the way dope heads got that shit down, and then they're fucking, they'll turn off they think that, if they turn off the heat or the electric or whatever. No, they're putting burn barrels in these fucking $2 million homes. I mean, you go inside and it's just fucking. People
I don't understand that, because had that been me, when I come home from vacation, I come to my house and I see you in my house, I'm gonna throw you out. I don't care what the law says or whatever. You can go ahead and arrest me. Get a restraining order. I'm still gonna show up at my own front door, and trust me, you're gonna be in a hospital, and somebody that I know is gonna take over and do exactly what you're doing, so I get my house back when I get out of jail.
That's the thing that's wrong though. Is like, you as the person who owns the house are considered wrong for doing that.
Listen. let me repeat myself one more time. I am going to kick the shit out of that person so bad that they will be in the hospital. I'm not going to kill them, but they're not going to be able to go back into my house. Trust me, I'll get out of jail before they'll be able to walk into my own house again.
There's one fucking Mexican dude, I forget what his nickname was. He took over a whole apartment building. Like one of them ones that it's not a high rise, but apartment building, I think it's like 20, 30 floors. It's just his. He moved into the motherfucker. He put a lock on the front door, and it's his. And the neighborhood people say, well, they would rather him be there and work on the place than it be filled up with dope heads or it get dilapidated, this and that. So they just gave this dude, it was pretty much like a small hotel.
So was it fake? Like nobody was there?
Nobody was
fine. That's fine.
It was being told by the company.
Oh,
but
yeah.
So
and he's like, well, if they come to try to take, or if they sell the building or whatever and try to kick me out, I'm gonna ask him if I can stay on his maintenance or something like that.
That's fine, but the fact is, you cannot leave a property unattended.
I get that, but I mean, if you leave,
I'm gonna have to look into this.
That's something.
Start looking over in the Canfield and shit for a house.
Dude, I mean, it's happening. It's happening. Right? Just just here in Youngstown alone, you just can't. If somebody if you have a roommate or you rent out a room, something to somebody downstairs or something, and they pull some fuck shit or whatever, you just can't tell them to leave anymore. If they get one piece of mail that comes to your house, they could be on your property. They're legally allowed to be there.
You always return to sender. Always. That's why you do not.
I mean, even if it's like junk mail or shit. If it got sent to the house, I mean, I know friends of mine who try to kick out abusive, old men and shit like that, or dudes who try to throw out abusive old ladies. They can't do dick about it. That's my house. They're this, they're that. They had to give up their shit because these people wouldn't leave.
Listen, I mean, there's got to be a reason for the law to be that way, right? But at the same time, if you have a vacation home.
No.
If no one's at your house
on vacation. This is not a vacation home. This is you. And even if you got a vacation home, all right, I spent my money to have me somewhere to go for 6 months out of the year. That don't mean some fucking dopehead could kick in my window and this is his house for the next 6 months or a year. You got me fucked up.
But then, realistically, you should rent out your home then. You know what I mean? Do something like that.
Realistically, the law should be your land is your land, and if somebody comes on your land, you can tell them to get off the fucking land.
I'm not saying that's not what I believe. And Greg, by the way, no, I'm not beating the shit out of people. Okay, that's not gonna do. Just know you get less jail time for rape than you do for murder.
That's fucked up.
No, listen, you can be in my house.
You're gonna be my bitch.
We're gonna have a little romance, and
we're cuddling. I'm the bitch spoon, bitch.
Yeah.
You gonna call me Diddy?
Right.
I'm like, listen, it's just gonna so. And even I told my wife, I'm like, listen, if somebody breaks in, don't call the police. Just start digging a hole. Fine. Just they're not.
From what you just said earlier on in the show, you better start digging the hole. I think your old lady got it covered.
Right.
See her float down ninja style off some ropes like the fucking Great Wall
With
of
a
China.
bow and arrow.
No. She's from far away. I'm close quarters. Don't worry.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna make it to past the front door.
Oh, there's a good chance. Like that's the one thing where I'm like, the house itself is very defendable. So I'm like, okay. And hey, so it was like a couple months ago, somebody jumped over our fence, and I was outside having a smoke, and I'm like, I was looking one way, and then I heard something. I turn around, and there's a guy there. I'm like, "Fuck you doing in my yard?" He's like, "I'm running away from the cops." I'm like, "Go to the fucking road, man. Don't go in my backyard." I'm like, "Just fucking walk." He's like, "All right." He just walked away, and I'm like, "All right." But I'm like, that's fucking weird. And I'm like, man, maybe I should get a fucking.
You would have said that shit to me. I would have been like, well, you better keep running.
Yeah, what you waiting for? Why you conversating, motherfucker?
Right.
Yeah, I just looked at him and I'm like, that way, to the road.
I can imagine Dino. I heard another comedian said something similar about this, but I can see Dino doing it. Just him hearing somebody downstairs, making sure everybody is safe upstairs, and then him come downstairs butt naked with a machete in his hand.
You bet your ass, bro. I've
been waiting for you. Where you been?
I'm like, it's Dino's playtime. Woo! Hey, I'll be all greased up and a fucking GoPro right here. Like, okie dokie. Look what Dino's gonna do.
Action.
Absolutely. Like I can't. If anything, it's an excuse for me to just fucking let go, right? And I know my house more than you do. I'm like, bro, I will Steven Seagal your entire body with the corners of my house. That's fine. Like you're gonna bend all the ways. Ta-da!
So I'm just looking over here. Oh hell no! This can't be real. Wait a minute. This is from the Daily Beast. So the headline says Marjorie Taylor Greene swung at a drag queen and missed.
A drag queen's a dude, though, bro.
Yeah. Well, oh no, that's what I fucking forgot. I'm glad this is the universe giving me this fucking article.
Oh god.
Right.
So
this is all your fault, just so you know.
Do you know that there's a Miss America now? That the Miss America is a dude, is a fucking dude. Miss America is a fucking dude.
Does she have a cock?
Marco's so pissed off about it, he couldn't even get it out.
Does she have a cock and balls?
I'm trying to remember what state she's from, but she just won another award. And then I seen under it, it says Miss America, not Miss Trans America, not Miss Trans Atlantic or Trans Am or Trans whatever the fuck.
Oh god.
Miss fucking America. This is what America has come to.
Okay, hold on. Let me Google this shit.
Yeah,
okay.
look at Miss America.
Okay.
Make
Google
sure I'm right.
University.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I read some bullshit. I'm gonna skim through this article.
Probably not. It's probably not bullshit.
Miss
Texas drag queen Bridget Bandit, who fancies
you say Texas?
Yep.
Of all places, fucking Texas. Wow. Okay.
Texas drag queen Bridget Bandit, who fancies herself as a Dolly Parton tribute artist, unknowingly walked into Marjorie Taylor Greene's confused crosshairs on Tuesday when she spoke to CNN about her mission to Capitol Hill this week. Bandit, who was in D.C. to lobby lawmakers on the Equality Act and the Transgender Bill of Rights. Transgender Bill of Rights. All right, before I go any further, do you recall
transgender
I ain't
for people that don't
names
understand.
out there. I ain't gonna put no names out there, but do you recall me having a kind of heated, we'll say, debate with another host And he kept saying his defense was, this is such a small marginal amount of people. This is just such a small people. Everybody is just making such a big deal of this small amount of. Now these fuckers are so big that they're making a Bill of Rights that they're bringing to Congress. Such a small. You remember that shit, Greg?
I sure do.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Miss
I didn't-
America. She's not trans.
So what is this trans?
It might be a runner-up type deal. She's probably
How
going
is she?
for-
How is he in the running?
There we go. Oh,
Ah,
okay, hold
okay.
on. I
Now
just
we're-
did Miss
now
Miss
we're gonna get
America
facts.
Miss America 2024 transgender contestants. Who is the transgender woman in Miss America? Noella Voigt.
Noel. Nolan.
No, it's a weird fucking name. Let me do this. Paste. Google it. Images. I mean,
Spent some money on some aftermarket parts, didn't they?
just share it. Just share it so
Yeah,
everybody.
put it up
give
on
me
the
a second,
screen.
Give me a second here. Let's go.
You can't do
Share
that, right?
screen. Yeah. Give me a second here.
Now,
Uh,
and I tell a story about this on stage too, trying to explain a transgender person to a old school motorhead, and it's like it's like an off the frame restoration, and none of the parts match, and it just depends on the quality of the aftermarket parts.
I mean, kind of, you know. This
Do I
is
gotta-
what,
One of
oh,
us
you got,
got-
yeah. Noella. Okay, she resigns from title. Sent. Okay, hold on. We got to look at this. So this is
That's a dude.
that's a dude. So okay, hold on.
Yeah, you can tell that's a dude. That's just you can tell.
In
I mean-
life, I mean, can you tell?
Yes. I knew when. I mean, we got a friend in the show. He, whatever, is a trans person, and we're cool. She knows how I feel and stuff. Sometimes I give her a hug, sometimes I shake her hand, but I mean,
So-
she got some decent aftermarket parts, and that wasn't even a full restoration.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So
Took me a
This-
minute to figure out who you were talking about. I was like,
this
what?
person actually. So hold on. Let me. I'm gonna switch.
Did Marco know something
that.
about Jared that I didn't? Like,
No, hold on. Let me show you this. This is the article. So she was you got to share it. Okay. So this is her. So she was she stepped down as Miss USA 2023. She announced on Monday, May 6th. Never calls
She
your
was
physical.
Miss USA.
Yeah, Miss USA.
Uh,
She then the moment
That doesn't make a difference.
So I don't understand what's happening. Reflector when people that admit interesting.
Had a back and forth.
It would have been very easy for him to first run 3 times. Oh, I'm done. Following her announcement is I don't know.
Nobody hit nobody. That's clickbait. Yahoo needs to quit fucking tossing clickbait. She didn't get hit. They were just fucking back and forth and on fucking social media.
Dirty
God, I can't
bitch,
stand when
bitch.
people think that shit's real.
I mean, I want to see if she's trans.
I mean, you can't see it. Like you see it. It's in the throat. It's in the throat.
I mean, I don't know. Trans. Kind of.
Dino's gonna be rubbing it out like, if I could come, she's not a fucking dude.
That's true. Okay. But I'm like, is she got like a dick and
it's
balls?
not.
No, not at all. I've been in the middle. I remember the first time I've ever seen like some like not hermaphrodite, but real deal trans porn. And like I bought a fucking tape. This is how long ago it was. It was a VHS tape from the flea market, and you know, just 6 hours of whatever is on there. You know, I was lucky to be young, or you know, be able to get it as young as I was. So I go and pop this fucking tape in, and the fucking first couple of scenes are okay, and then all of a sudden it's like a Brazilian scene, and there's this like from a distance looked like a hot chick, and they kept showing like just from like maybe the belly button up, and you know, then this little fucking I don't know kind of Hispanic dude comes in, and they're going at it, and then all of a sudden you see like it laying on top of the little Hispanic dude, and his legs is in the air, and his cock is in the air, while the little Hispanic dude is doing them in the booty, and it was like somebody hit the DJ fucking table. Like it was just like I ain't never. That was the first time I watched my dick go limp that quick and no cocaine at it.
So
like, I knew right there, right then and there, at a young age, that wasn't for me. That just wasn't for me.
Yeah. There's nothing that says she's trans, so I don't understand what the fuck's happening.
So you typed in trans USA, it showed the chicken, and it won't say she's trans.
But nothing will say that she's trans, and I'm like, I don't understand why they're.
Maybe they made the whole transition over from male to female.
That's still trans.
Still trans.
Right, but they're not making a big deal about it because she made the full commitment, the whole, you know what I mean?
They're gonna have to get her prostate checked.
The whole removal of the 9 yards, as they say.
Yeah, we'll go with that. It sounds good to me, I guess.
It's not pretty. It's not.
That's about the only logic that I could get out of it. I'm sorry.
Oh fuck. So here, I'm gonna end on this because I was watching this weird. It was a video of this kid who just tries weird drugs and shit, and it gives you the science and everything behind it.
This should be good.
And have you ever heard of something called beetle nut?
Even if I did, I don't think I would try it.
So it's like an Asian, like deep woods Asian type drug.
Why
It
does-
actually isn't just one thing; it's three things.
God. Why does it always have to be Asian?
It's just where it fucking came from.
Or deep woods.
Yeah.
That's all you got.
It was some jungle shit, dude. No lie. But I guess the jungle people, chew it. You take this combination of shit and you chew it, and it gets them high. But them people like chew it like it's tobacco. And this kid, broke down the chemical process of it. What they do is you take this certain kind of, it's a pepper. It's called a Bethel leaf or something.
Yeah.
And you get this fucking nut. I forget what the nut is called. I don't think people need to know what the fuck it is anyways, because it's all legal. Everything here is legal.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take scaled lime and you sprinkle it on, you split the nut in half and you sprinkle the shit on the lime, or the lime on the nut. You close it back up, wrap it in the leaf, and you only do it right if your teeth turn red afterward. It makes it look like you're almost bleeding. Everything is green. There's nothing there that should be changing your
They're
teeth.
probably fucking bleeding, but yeah, we'll go with that.
But dude, man, they showed this dude and his friend fucking, they tried it after they gave the whole, breakdown and the origins and everything of it. And he was like, it fucked. He was like, it was really, really mad intense. And then like after the intensity goes away after like 7-8 minutes, and then you're like a real mellow, but here it's really, really addictive and really, really carcinogenic.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Makes me want to try it even more.
But,
a little bit. You've
never heard anything like that?
What fucking planet do you think I live on, Marco? Are you crazy?
You've been going abroad experimenting with shit. I mean,
he's only north. He ain't on another fucking planet.
Yeah, like also I did take mushrooms today, and it wasn't that good. It was kind of lame. I don't think I took enough, but I'm like, it came
That's
as I ordered 14 grams, and I'm like,
You
I
eat mushrooms like fucking potato chips. So your normal amount is like me and weed. I could smoke and smoke and smoke and smoke and smoke and smoke and smoke. People fall the fuck out. I'm still fucking smoking. Where
okay,
you seem to have been eating enough mushrooms to shit a Smurf fucking condominium.
a little bit. That's true.
And that shit is alive. We did that show on the fucking sentient fucking fungus. So it might be fucking taking you over from the inside, like the parasites in Fry's booty.
I'm in the best shape of my Marco. I'm in the best shape of my life. If anything, thank you, mushrooms. If they're in charge, they're doing a great work. They're doing much better than I have. Okay.
Do more. Do more.
Yeah. If anything, I could use a little help up top, but everything else is going swimmingly. But yeah. Also, so today I did. I'm over. Oh, you know what? I'll tell you exactly how much I'm at. I've been walking to be healthy, which is fucking horrible. I hate every second of it, but it's fine. I'm at 13,000 steps, 13,144.
And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more.
I would have. So I've walked. Yeah, and I'm like, I feel good. My legs don't hurt or anything like that. And yeah,
that's fucking great, dude.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm doing that, but while I was walking,
it's the worms and the fungus.
Well, while I was walking, I smoked like a fucking fat joint, and just like and I'm like, honestly,
when I used to work out and shit, I used to I'd light up a blunt, I'd drink a bottle of creatine and fucking just go at it, dude.
I'm like, because I like smoking, and I'm like, I'm not smoking cigarettes anymore, so I have this vape of THC, but I'm like, I smoke a joint. I'm like, good. I had a great time.
See, honestly, I've been thinking about it and just doing them stupid experiments when you're a kid. When you smoke a cigarette and you blow the smoke through a piece of cloth, you do it with weed, and it was like you get a darker stain from the cigarette than the weed.
Yeah.
You ever notice or just look into a vial, like a vape vial, the tube that vape goes through? That shit is what your lungs are. I don't think that the vaping is the best thing to be fucking stopping the smoker with. Just like I've noticed too, like I've started vaping more with the THC than smoking regular flower.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know if it's like a cigarette thing where you're becoming addicted like a cigarette, or you're adding shit to it, or what? Because the weed, I like smoking weed, and that never stopped me from smoking weed. But now I'm vaping. Yeah. So technically I'm not smoking weed. But
yeah, I think it's more, I think need to go back to flower.
Yeah, because I mean, even in your vape pens and shit like this one, it'll get clogged.
Yeah.
I mean, that ain't supposed to happen. It takes a long time for a bowl to get clogged.
Right.
It's all the same resin. I mean, you look at the bowl and you get resin filled, but that's over fucking years and years of fucking heavy smoke. But one of these, you hit this bitch fucking, for a few days, and dude, it's got it's locked up with yuck.
Yeah. And I'm like, that can't be good, right?
All right. So before we end the show tonight, I would like to say, apparently, and I'm very bad about this, so I don't even know if she's listening or not. I've never actually remembered a meeting or an anniversary. How I depend on Facebook for family or for birthdays and shit like that. But apparently it's been 2 years exactly today that I met one of the most amazing women that I've ever met in my life. And she's been, my best roadie. She's been a great friend and, just an awesome all around person. So shout out to 2 years, Ray, from me and the rest of the guys at Upside Down Studios.
Congrats, y'all.
I don't know if it's an anniversary or if it's a whatever, but hey, it's 2 years. Sorry for you having to know me.
Listen,
sorry.
It is okay. So hold on. Let me just ask Greg. So you guys are confused too with what this business is, right? Like, like I'm happy for both of them because they both seem happy, and that makes me happy. But also, I have a lot of fucking questions, and no one's answering shit. And I'm like, you're adults, you're entitled to your own privacy, but I am a nosy fucking cunt.
See,
I have
me too.
questions. Yeah,
me too,
I mean,
but I just don't have the questions because I mind my goddamn business.
I mean, like, I'm like, I don't like, because you guys say a lot of shit too, and I'm like, I don't know if you guys are arguing, and now I'm like, am I getting split up and the divorce? Like, I'm very confused because listen, I'm not doing that. I'm
Yeah,
not. I'm a
party's
grown-up.
alive, but mom treats me better.
I mean, yeah, love it, love it. No answers. Boom. You know what? I swear to fucking Christ. Like, listen, I've been called out lately by my little cohort of gentlemen that I do shows with. And they're like, you talk a lot, but you say very little. I'm like, I do. It's by design, and I try and give as little as possible. But you don't say anything. Is not that you're just like, I agree. You're like, what the fuck? You son of a.
If.
I mean, I'm happy for both. I'm happy you guys are happy.
She
You know?
gave me a classification one time. I kind of liked it. It made me feel bougie. You know, I'm her gentleman friend. They got a hint of class to it. You know what I'm saying? It's got a, you know, it's almost like high price hooker class. Like she spent that extra couple of dollars. You know.
Yeah, you get fucking doctor checked up every 6 months, and she's like, listen, it's a clean boy. I like it. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm okay with this. It's just very confusing to me. Okay, Marco. Doesn't like okay.
America.
What he's saying is it's not fucking normal. That
well,
I don't understand. It's not fucking normal.
I don't. Well, listen, and that's the thing. So okay, so I was at a friend's funeral. Okay?
She rides motorcycles.
Oh, all right. This is really good.
I'm at a friend's funeral, and it's very, very emotional. And it's her dad passed, and we go to the food afterward, and we were talking and everything, and I'm at a table with all these women. Okay, they're all single, and they're all around my age, and I'm just like, all of you are single. And I'm like, that's so fucking weird to me. And the girl,
who's the problem?
What?
So guess what's the problem?
Well, I'm like, it's very like, I don't understand it, but then I'm just like, it's very confusing to me, and I'm like, do you not want love? Like, have you like? I don't get it. And I'm like, why are you alone? And they're like, oh, I'm with my sister. And you're like, all right, well, you can't fuck your sister. That's not right. That's against the rules.
That just depends on where they're from.
I mean, that's why I'm like, what are you doing then? And that's the thing is, all of them are like, oh, we have jobs and we do this and we do that and we travel and everything. And I'm like, okay, that's not safe. Like, I'm like, that's like, you guys, okay. I'm like, well, you know, to each their own, I guess. But I'm like, don't you want to just enjoy it with a person? What did I tune into? I'm like, Lorraine, it's very confusing.
This is What the Fuck Wednesday. It's produced by Upside Down Studios. It's been around for quite a while. You might know it a little bit. Just saying.
Yeah, you used to listen to us from the Sandlot.
Yeah, 20%.
It's more, I'm just confused with people who don't want love. I don't understand it.
Because you must have been loved as a child. Because you know, when you don't grow up on love, then you really don't give a fuck about love.
No, it's because a lot of people have the wrong concept of love.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of relationships are the way they are.
if I called my mom right now, okay, at 10 o'clock at night, I woke her up. I said, "Mom, I need a place to stay." She would say, "Of course, of course, just come over, no problem."
See, this is the
It's
difference.
like there would be no,
Puerto Rican, the Greek thing, or if it's an American, the Canadian thing. If I called my mom in the middle of the night, she'd be like, "What the fuck you do now? Why the fuck are you acting stupid? What the fuck did you do?" And then at the end of it all, bring your ass home and put it in the fucking couch.
So that's just
see, Margo, we have
yeah.
established on this show multiple times there was something wrong with your mama. I'm just saying, and that's just on the show. Personally, me, I already know there's something wrong with your mama, but
that's like 100%. Your mom was
Right.
not a good mom. Like she wasn't a bad mom.
No.
But
Like,
she was not. Yeah, she was not a good mom. Right. Like
right.
she
Love
did.
Margo, but
Yeah. In her way.
right.
Yeah. She was, but she had issues of her own.
Right.
Yeah, it was like a mama dog with a puppy that just stood around too long.
Yeah. You guys gotta understand is I'm
fight the fuck out of a puppy after it's fucking bit the nipple too long.
What the fuck did you say?
You've never seen a mama dog bite a puppy after it bit the nipple too long.
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. So that's how my mom was. I was around too much. You're able to walk. Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, that's not healthy. That's not how you kids are to be embraced. That's what keeps them from ending up as
you're Puerto Rican making snowflakes
as a problem. Let's just be honest. You're a bit of a problem, sir.
Yeah, but my problem is not a detriment to society. I work my ass off. I had a work ethic. I do good by people. I try not to do fuck shit. Shit like that. Whereas these ones that get too much love are the ones that, oh, I'm entitled to this and you can't say that, and everybody should get a trophy. No. Everybody did that. And that's where we're at with the transgender Bill of Rights.
So watch this though, okay?
I don't know how we got it, all right, I'm here.
Listen to how this works, Marco. Is in spite of everything you went through, you're still a good person. Traumatized, but a good person. Okay. So that being said, this is the difference is if you did have a real support system with like hugs and shit like that.
Yeah, see that right there? I got a support system right there.
Listen, and here's
there's no hugging
part.
in Upside Down Studios.
But listen,
there is always hugging.
But listen, I came from loving parents and been together the whole time. They were married the whole 9 yards. And trust me, I can get on the same goddamn level as Margo. Like,
no. Same.
So
where I'm going,
it really don't matter like how you grow up. Yeah, you can always still be the same decent fucking human being. You know what I mean?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug. I get it.
Right.
I mean, it was for me, but Greg don't touch stuff.
Right. No, but listen, but that's the thing is, look, this is the thing is everyone has to do their thing, and the problem is that
see, my cousin even agreed to.
Look, but the problem is we're in a situation that leaves it so that we don't have like the right drive. We had nowhere to put it. Right? Think about it. When our parents, or not our parents, probably our grandparents were 20, they were like, "I'm going to fucking war, bro." Like that's what happened. It's not like. People were like, "I'm doing a thing.
I'm not going to war. I'm not going to fight your war."
Right. And well, listen, and look, I get it because wars are happening for the wrong reason. But at the same time, you're going, listen, that's kind of fucking like, look, I look younger than people who are a lot younger than I do. And I'm like, that's peculiar. I'm like,
that's bad drugs. That's bad drugs.
Bro, it's stress. They have nothing. They have no career options. They're like Bro, I went to school. Greg's dad was in Korea.
He
So
came home though. That's how Greg was born.
what did he do in Korea? What was his? Was his?
Killed people.
He was.
Stranded eyes.
I know
He was in the he was in the service. I can't. Yeah, I knew he did some shit with tanks.
He murdered Asians.
Oh, cool.
No, I don't think he really killed. I think he did more other shit. But then
He
again, I
put
don't
the
know.
lead paint in the houses. He murdered Asians.
He was in the construction. I'm just saying.
His
lead
nick,
paint in the houses.
his nickname was Agent Orange. It's fine.
Yeah, no, yeah. Even she said, yeah, he was in the army.
Yeah. Okay. No, but like that's the thing is that kind of shit makes you an immediate man. Like, bro, you're a man now. Like that's you don't come back from that and go, I like flowers. You're like, no, I killed people. Okay, do you understand? It's not. Like
I had to eat that flower while I was murdering this whole village.
bro, like that's the thing is like even I am almost angry that like my dad was like, you can't, like if there's a draft, you go to jail. And I was like, he was drafted and he was like, listen, it teaches you how to be a fucking man, at least, right? Like for 3 years you got to fucking obey and you get bullied and you get fucking balls, right? But in the end, you're like, you'll learn something, at least how to fucking shovel dirt.
Dina, I love you to death, and I believe in all your mental abilities and skills, but you're a pretty big dude. And back then, I'm pretty sure you were a pretty big dude, and that makes you a pretty big target.
Let's get behind the fat guy.
Look at me.
I'd be like, hey!
Everybody else, they're camouflaged. They look like little bushes. Here comes this big oak tree walking through the woods.
So this is
Fucking
okay.
musket in his hand.
Okay, so
Oh, spit up for me.
So I was on this background gig, and I explained to this lady how I'm like, when I was at my biggest, I had mastered the art of not moving. And I'm like, if you don't move, because I'm like, I just will track you and not move. Okay.
That was in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Hey.
Didn't Drax try to
Okay.
do that?
So, but people don't, you can't, like, that's the thing is, he was still moving. He's like, if I move really slow, no, that's stupid. You got to not move, and people just think you're furniture. And I'm like, at my size, people are like, that's not a person.
Dude,
That's got to
the
be
whole
like
cockroach mentality. You know, when you turn on the lights and the cockroaches are one, and then there's that one on the wall, like,
fuck yeah,
I don't move, he won't see me.
all the time. Yeah, you're like, nope, you're gonna die. But yeah,
In that movie Frailty, it was called God's Hands. There's certain times where God will put people in his hands, and you could do whatever, and nobody will see it happen. That's how they were murdering people in the name of God.
I mean, like, there's a lot of fucking weird shit, bro. That's why I'm like, we never had the proper outlet. You need a good outlet for violence in your teenage and you know, even in your early 20s.
There was football, there was boxing, there was wrestling, there was, that's how guys got their fucking shit out of their system.
Gymnastics.
If they were over testosteronated or whatever the fuck, you threw them on the front line in the football game. He'll get that shit. Let him hit a few guys. Let a few guys hit him. He's either going to be a man or he's going to be fucking men. I mean, sometimes. And did you see? Since we're just flowing along here, now physicists, theoretical physicists, say that aliens have came up with a quantum warp drive that was able to go faster than the speed of light and able to do by bending the fabric of time. So basically, they're admitting that theoretically and hypothetically that time travel is real and that aliens did that shit and we copied it.
So you mean the plot from the movie Event Horizon? That's the plot.
That, but it was more like the plot of Futurama.
You want to ruin your fucking day? It's one of my favorite movies. It's Event Horizon, and the other one is called In the Mouth of Madness. They both star Sam Neill, and I'm telling you, they are the two
Seen movies
scariest.
of them.
They're the two scariest fucking movies I have ever seen.
Yeah, I seen. If you watch, I watch a channel on YouTube called Brandon Tenold. Him and not the Nostalgia Critic. What the fuck is his other name? Stone Gremlin Productions or whatever. They do all the movie reviews. That's how I come across a lot of the oddball movies and shit like that.
Yeah,
But yeah, they did reviews on them. Mouth of Madness, I remember when that came out when I was a kid, and it just didn't really seem interesting. But after I watched the review, it seemed like it's like a Lovecraftian type deal. And the other movie, Event Horizon, I don't know. I just I've heard good things about it. I just never, maybe I'm gonna have to watch it now.
so they showed it at like an old like rundown theater randomly, and I had a friend. I was like, hey, we were talking about horror movies. He's like, I go, have you ever seen Event Horizon? He's like, no, I haven't. I'm like, they might be showing, because usually they'll have like horror movies at movie theaters, like little movie theaters, just
I never
randomly.
even realized it was a horror movie. I thought it was like a space, like
Yeah,
20 whatever that space with the baby in the sky, whatever the fuck.
no. It's science fiction, but it is also like crazy shit. Like it's murder and scary shit. So, yeah.
Do you see that the DOJ is supposedly suing Boeing? It took they left, they can't go get some astronauts, right? Boeing spaceship or whatever the fuck, them fucked up. They're asking Elon Musk to go get this, not only to go pick up the fucking astronauts, but now I've just scrolled down. It says NASA taps Elon Musk SpaceX to bring the International Space Station out of orbit in a few more years.
Oh yeah, because apparently it is like it's coming down, whether you like it or not. Apparently,
that doesn't make sense. Like, how was nobody maintaining it? Because as far as I know, when they started it, it was small, but that thing is huge now. And each section is maintained by a different country. That place is never empty. They always say people are stuck there or they're in solitude. No, in their little area, that place is like a giant shopping mall. If they really wanted to, as long as the countries are not warring with each other, right now, U.S. can't just stroll down the block to fucking Russia. But,
my wife
don't really give a fuck.
Hilariously, there's a movie right now on Prime Video that's called ISS. And my wife and I are halfway through it. And so interesting enough, your background is very apropos. That's the picture that they see. Essentially the entire world getting nuked to fuck.
Oh fuck.
From the International Space Station. And then they get a message from their respective governments saying, hey, you need to take those guys out. And you're like, what?
No,
fucking
see, at that point, you come up here and make me. Come up here, man. I don't give a fuck. Say this whole floor, it's like a pod in a prison. But each so many, houses or pods, there's Italians there, there's Russians there, there's all over the world. Now I don't give a fuck what's going on Earth. On that cell block right there, we all family. It don't give a fuck where we come from. There's gonna be some of us that don't like each other. I mean, it's just gonna be like a regular society, but that becomes its own society in itself.
Yeah.
And, after so long, it's fuck. You guys don't live here. How are you gonna dictate what goes on up here? Especially if they've made their own government system or whatever.
So this is the problem, though. Is think about it is you may feel that way, but does everybody feel that way?
Because there's still people in the litter box who are killing people for Allah. I mean, at least if you're gonna keep your religion going in that stupidity, can you use some logic and put pants on in the desert? Because a dress in the desert doesn't seem good to me for a dude or a chick.
I feel
sandy balls does not sound appealing at all.
I think that you miss out because I feel like if you get some sand up there, it'll take care of the moisture.
I don't think so. I feel like if the sand goes up there, you're gonna make cement, and what it's gonna or it's gonna be like
How
that.
sweaty are
you
your
bump a car-
balls, man? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Or when you
See a
bump a car
doctor.
with that wet sand, you ever wet sand a car? You know, just your balls are gonna be shiny when you get home from a walk, just all nice, no wrinkles or nothing.
No.
Orianne said they put pants on under there. Why? Because they don't want their balls fucking sandpapered off. And then
Wait a minute. Wait. Wet sanding makes perfect. Makes it smooth.
yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
not a
You know, your
bad
balls
thing.
take the wrinkles right out your balls.
I
Hey,
mean, listen,
where's the problem? Where's the
Maybe
problem?
it's exfoliating the taint. It
I
is.
feel like a nice glossy finish on your ball
Right.
sack.
Oh,
is
dude,
top
but can you
tier.
imagine when you get swamp ass that's between now? You got a nice shiny ash crack. That would work for Greg because Greg got an ass fro.
Just saying.
I mean, so I'm fortunate to not have too much hair on my legs, but now my legs are getting hairy as I lose more weight. So
It's also as much as you work out and stuff, your testosterone's building, which makes hair grow.
yeah. Well,
You're
except
a
for one
player.
goddamn
You're a
fucking
sexy
place.
player.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I oh, by the way, yeah, I am thinking I may shave my beard. Eesh.
I told him to do it in stages. You know, next week when he comes back, just make it close to the face. And then after that, just have like the pork chops, like, you know, Abe Lincoln. And then go just to like the mustache and goatee. And then just go to the porn stash. And then by November, he'll have the full Hitler.
There it
Yes.
is.
Unsero, how are you?
Donka.
Yeah, fine.
Oh, we're going to hell.
But we're gonna have
We're not
fun.
going to hell. We're going to get kicked off. That's what's going to happen.
I mean, this is all parody and has no relevance to anything.
All
so
of it. Don't believe a goddamn thing we said. Look it up yourself.
nonsense, tomfoolery, and shenanigans. Thank
Yep,
you very much.
All it is. Look it up yourself.
No what?
She said no.
Ask about the hair hat. What the hell's a hair hat?
The Merkin? Are you talking about a Merkin?
I don't think I can do it. Like, I see guys who have like a comb over, and I'm like, come on, bro, don't do that. Like, as long as it lasted, it lasted. But now that's it. It's a lone island right here.
See, that's another thing. Like, I've had people tell me I should let my hair grow back out again or whatever. I don't want to be the creepy guy with the ponytail. You know, the guy, it looked like the dude in Phantasm. Remember that movie, Phantasm? He was just had the fucking, you know, it was all pulled back here, and then it was shiny as fuck in the middle. And yeah, can't do it.
What? I don't know. Lorianne said something about Marco's shave job.
Oh, just shave it all.
I don't know. Well, you know what? I may just
he might not be able to come to the U.S. shaved like that. Well, he could come in, but a lot of brown and dark people would not. You know, like they'd go to the other side of the street.
No, I tan pretty well, so I've been walking outside. So yeah, no, I'll look more
scary.
like,
You're just gonna look scary. The only thing worse would be if you shave your eyebrows off too.
Bro, my goal is for my birthday, which is in August, to be basically just ribs and dick. I'm gonna be. That's it.
That's gonna be the new restaurant. Ribs and come down to Dino's Ribs and Dick.
Oh yeah, all we serve is lasagna and wieners.
Oh shit!
I mean, we are way over time.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So good.
With that being said, I mean, y'all, if you want to keep going, we keep going. But if not, we'll end it there.
We should. My in-laws are sleeping. We should call it there.
Aww.
I say we go another hour. Let's go.
All right.
I can
check out Dino, the genetic marvel. He got a lot of shows going on. Him and Atlas and Cole. Atlas go back, Cole Clayton. Check them out. I got a show coming up Saturday. at Edgewater Park in Cleveland. I'm gonna try to do this clean set, no profanity. Woohoo! And then,
Ooh.
the next day up in Cleveland, I'm not exactly sure what it is. I just usually when my buddies put out that they need comedians for a show, I'm like, yeah, I'm down to do it. And I should have read the fine print on the flyer before I committed to doing it, but
Okay.
apparently it is an all gay
Ooh.
bear. I think they said bear as much as you want show or some shit like that. Sounds to me like a big ass fucking orgy.
Yeah, you're
Marco's getting pegged. That's-
No, because if they want me to bear down to the bone, I'm gonna dress in a skeleton onesie, and I'm gonna just put one next to my thigh. There you go. There's as bare to the bone as it's gonna get. I'm gonna go on stage. I'm probably gonna offend everybody in the house, and then I'm gonna walk out with my money.
yeah.
Hopefully, and not slip up on lube or nothing.
I mean, that's always risque, but yeah. I mean, like, this is the thing is, you can always, when it comes to swearing, is you can always latch on to some word, and just sub it out. So every time you want to swear, just be like, man, just
just man.
Yeah. And like you just sub it out, be like, dude, like.
I got a clean set, but unfortunately, last time I used this set, it was called racist. So, we're gonna find out.
This is gonna be a good goddamn show.
I think it's still is part of the show. My son's best friend. He's like my son. This kid who stays with us. Him and his girlfriend are coming to that show because he thinks his girlfriend is gonna find a girlfriend. This is a Greek kid that's a little bit shorter than I am, and he has a little bit taller, chubby white girl, and this is pretty much a melanated event. Let's just put it that way. He thinks he's gonna see his old lady with some other chicks of their melanation, and I feel like he's gonna be standing there, fucking sick with it while she is getting thoroughly melanated.
Yow.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
Oh, and Lorraine says, make sure we get video of the show. Very important. We need sneaky video.
No, I think we have to get a license or something for that.
And also,
and a lot of blurring of people's faces and other parts.
Hey, but let's be honest, Greg. Have you ever heard Marco not be like, oh yeah, so I whipped my dick out, and you're like, yeah, that's a normal thing that we expect to hear you say. Like, you're like, so I'm driving down the road with my dick out, and this cop just doesn't want to let me go. I don't know what his fucking problem is. And you're like, it's probably because your dick is out, bro. It's like, you can't see it.
And I've been keeping my cock in the back seat.
I mean, it's gotta go somewhere.
I hope during that show you keep it in that same place.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm gonna wear the skeleton outfit or if I'm gonna wear my pink Care Bear outfit with the rainbow on the front.
That'll go well. You know what? Hey, I say in for a penny, in for a pound. Go be an ally with everything but your butthole and your mouth.
This one does not have a butt flap, and I made sure of that.
Hey, listen, just tell him I'm not gay, but I'll let you blow me.
No, not at all. Not at all. I don't like a heterosexual Gumby blowjob, let alone a fucking gay fucking tooth blowjob. Fuck that.
I mean, listen.
So where is this show at? Wait.
It'll be in Cleveland. It's the Andrew Bryant show.
Why do you want to know, Greg? Oh my god!
Because I kind of want to go just to video the whole fucking thing. Like
I got later. I might wear Lederhausen. I got real deal leather Lederhausen.
You what?
What?
I got real deal leather.
What are you talking about right now, bro? You got to go Rainbow Care Bear and listen. You gotta
That's
have.
what I'm saying.
Hey, you gotta have a fucking dildo on your leg, just strapped right there. Just a fucking
I don't know
massive.
if I have
fucking-
any of them left.
You fucking lying pervert! I know you have more left. You fucking liar!
They disintegrate after a while. If you don't use them after a while, they like the latex in them gets all icky. You gotta throw them away.
Fuck is wrong with you?
Dude, you don't remember the fucking story I told you how I got my kids to stop using my shower? I fucking stuck a bunch of them to my fucking shower tiles.
Oh my goodness.
They had the suction cups on the end.
You love your children, but you are also a little retarded, you know? Because
Oh my god.
Hey. just beat them up. Just punch them in the fucking face and be like, don't use my bathroom. I'm going to fucking smack the shit out of you.
See, I've evolved past the physical violence. It's
Yeah.
easier to beat them up.
Dude,
than
listen,
you beat
people
them
are
up.
walking around. People are walking around without fear of getting their ass kicked. You need to get your
I
ass
bet
kicked.
none of them walked into a daddy in their, into a dildo in their daddy's shower.
Multiple. Not
Yeah,
one,
multiple.
but multiple.
My fucking shower at one time looked like one of them walls, them rock climbing walls. You'd step on a dildo to fucking climb up the fucking wall.
Like, once again, I have questions. I don't. I'm
Yes,
afraid. to
Marco
ask.
dropped the soap all the time.
No, not at all.
And tried to pick it up with his feet.
Fuck,
I got good with my toes.
bro. Jesus Christ. I mean, like, but
Not
also,
gay if it's your own foot.
Oh,
I feel like that preacher meme was like, why? 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 Like, there's just so many fucking questions. You're like, oh, so I took out my dildos. Why? He's like, I don't want anyone using my bathroom. Why? Why? I don't. Why? I mean,
Dude, I ever tell you about the fucking mask that I bought that I thought was like a cool, like Batman style mask, like dominatrix type deal? And here it was either a gay guy's mask or a woman's mask. And it had, like, it wasn't a Batman mask, it was more of a cat mask. So I'm like, all right, well, you know, whatever. But like it had a hole in each, like it had a hole in the forehead. So I'm thinking that's where you stick a dildo in there. So I stuck the dildo in there. It looks like a unicorn. And then I'm like, well, what's this hole here? If you that's for fucking yeah. I done looked it up. You know, apparently you can put the dildo there, and then the chicks force the dude's faces down, or whoever else, or whatever else. I don't know, but I threw the mask away. I wish I had it though, because that would be the ultimate unicorn fucking mask for this show coming up.
why? Why is this? Listen, okay. I'm not gonna lie to you, Marco. I've done dirty things. I've looked at horrible things and just not good. I'll admit it. It's fine. But what the fuck is? It's not healthy, man. Like that's gonna fuck with your brain forever. Like,
Yeah.
welcome to What the Fuck Wednesday. This is after hours.
Yeah.
this is why? Like I know, like I'm answering your own question because the question is why, and the answer is because it's fucking mental. Oh,
And
I
it's
guess
Mental
it is.
Health Month and Pride Month, so
Which I really feel like those two do go together.
I'm
Right.
pretty sure we hit both topics tonight pretty fucking well. I'm
With a sledgehammer.
on
Like-
the head.
Right, yeah. Like we really like listen. Get your prostate checked, everyone.
yep, that's it.
Hey,
On that note, that's the perfect ending to the show. Get your prostate checked, everyone.
for love or money, get your prostate checked. There you go.
That's it.
Oh man.
We're out.